So first of all, let us discuss your question pattern. First रहिबो तमरो पार्ट ए जोड़ा कि 1 mark each multiplied by 10 questions हला, तो टोटल 10 marks हला. नेक्स्ट तमरो रहला पार्ट बी हला, पार्ट बी जोड़ा कि 2 marks each multiplied by 9 questions जोड़ा कि तमरो ओवरऑल 18 marks. Then part C तमरो 5 marks each question multiplied by 8 number of questions equal to 40 marks. A part D 8 marks each multiplied by 4 questions which is your 32 marks. So take the long answer, right? So let us first discuss your part 1. Okay, so fill in the blanks देखिबा. So first of all, first question लिखा है Python was created by K. Who is the inventor of Python? Guido van Rossum. Okay, Guido van Rossum. Next question number 2, the file extension for Python programs is .py hala, .py. Next question number 3, def keyword is used to define a function in Python. Def keyword, right? Def keyword is used to define a function in Python. Next 4, list in Python are mutable or immutable. आम जानते आगु म्यूटेबल माने जो पर्टिकुलर डाटा टाइपटा गोटे डाटा वन डाटा टाइप टू एनदर कन्वर्ट हो पार से म्यूटेबल डाटा टाइप आ गोटे हूँ इम्यूटेबल डाटा टाइप जोटा कि गोटे डाटा वैल्यू डाटा टाइप चेंज हो पारे टू एनदर डाटा टाइप है. सो लिस्ट इन पाइथन आर म्यूटेबल है माने लिस्ट कैन कन्वर्टेड टू योर टपल डिक्शनरी. ओके, सो लाइक दैट. नेक्स्ट 5th नंबर है तुम द ऑपरेटर व्हिच इज यूज्ड फॉर एक्सपोनेंशियल इज एक्सपोनेंशियल ऑपरेटर मन अच्छे पिलाने डबल आस्ट्रिक है डबल आस्ट्रिक. नेक्स्ट 6th रे होची द फंक्शन यूज्ड टू फाइंड द लेंथ ऑफ स्ट्रिंग इज एलियन जोड़ा कि आमर सी और C++ लैंग्वेज रे थिला str एलियन माने स्ट्रिंग लेंथ कैलकुलेट करिया पई, बट सेटा आमर शॉर्ट है कि एब्रिविएशन फॉर्म रे जाई छी पाइथन लैंग्वेज रे जोड़ा कि खाली एलियन आ पैरेंथेसिस दे दो. नेक्स्ट 7 होची आमर डेस स्टेटमेंट इज यूज्ड टू हैंडल एक्सेप्शंस. ट्राई आमर थिला कोन ट्राई किछटा एक्सेप्शनल हैंडलिंग रो नथिला कीवर्ड्स ट्राई कैच थ्रो. सो एडी रयो आमर ट्राई स्टेटमेंट इज यूज्ड टू हैंडल एक्सेप्शंस इन केस ऑफ पाइथन. नेक्स्ट 8 नंबर क्वेश्चन देखो, डिक्शनरी स्टोर डाटा इन डेस पेयर्स. डिक्शनरी स्टोर डाटा इन की वैल्यू पेयर्स. फर्स्ट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड रे तुम रहबो की, नेक्स्ट कोलन दबो राइट हैंड साइड रे तुम रहबो वैल्यू पेयर्स हला. नेक्स्ट 9 नंबर, द मॉड्यूल यूज्ड फॉर डाटा विजुअलाइजेशन इज. पिलान मन अछि डाटा विजुअलाइजेशन इन पाइथन पढ़छो. द मॉड्यूल यूज्ड फॉर डाटा विजुअलाइजेशन इज मैटप्लॉट लाइब्रेरी. इन एब्रिविएशन तुम लिखछो मैटप्लॉटलिब MATPLOTLIB. दैट्स ऑल. Next question number 10, dash loop is used when the number of iterations is known. For loop देखो पाइथन रे अछि ओनली फॉर और व्हाइल रे लूप टा जतले कोन फॉल्स हबो सेतले ही इटरेशन टा ब्रेक हे जो. बट इन केस ऑफ फॉर लूप तम आगुर जाना पड़छि जे हाउ मच नंबर ऑफ लाइन्स और इटरेशन दैट इज टू बी एग्जीक्यूटेड हला. सो इट हबो फॉर लूप. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, लेट अस कंटिन्यू विथ पार्ट बी. पार्ट बी होची हमर शॉर्ट आंसर क्वेश्चंस व्हिच इज 2 marks is out multiplied by 9 questions which is your total 18 marks in total, right? So हमर 11 to start करिबा. 11 define Python. So Python माने कोन? It is a programming language or more appropriately Python is a high level comma interpreted language ये गोटे हैला. ये compiled language नहीं, Python होची गोटे interpreted language. So let us discuss your part B which is short answer type questions. 2 marks is and 9 questions which consist of total 18 marks. Okay, so 11 define Python. You can write Python is a high level language and it is also a interpreted language. It is not compiled language, right? Python is a interpreted language and it is also a object oriented programming language and it is used in data science, data visualization and many more. So we can write Python is a high level interpreted object oriented programming language known for its simplicity and readability, and you can also mention some of its applications just like data visualization, data science, ଆଉ ତମର जो पावर BI सेटा भी यूज होची हैला. नेक्स्ट 12, व्हाट इज एन आइडेंटिफायर. यू नो आइडेंटिफायर मीन्स द नेम that is used or the rule that is followed to name an variable, right? The name that is used to name a variable or the rules. So we can write an identifier is a name which is used to identify variables, functions or class names. Okay, give one example दे देबो तार रूल्स फॉलो करिकी. माने स्टार्टिंग रे कोन किछ भी नंबर डिजिट रु किसी भी गोटे वेरिएबल नेम स्टार्ट होबनी. सेकेंडली से पार्टिकुलर डाटा टाइप से पार्टिकुलर वेरिएबल नेम रे कौन से प्रकार रो नंबर डिजिट रु स्टार्ट होबनी हैला. सेकेंडली सेडी मझरे किसी भी स्पेशल कैरेक्टर रहबनी. से स्टार्ट हे परयो इधर फ्रॉम ए कैरेक्टर और एन अंडरस्कोर हैला. एमती गोटे एग्जांपल गोटे दे दबो गोटे वेरिएबल डिक्लेरेशन रो, राइट. Next 13 number, mention any two application areas of Python. Just like एडी में कहली डाटा विजुअलाइजेशन आउ डाटा साइंस फील्ड रे और गेम डिजाइनिंग रे भी सेटा भी लिख पारियो हला. वेब डेवलपमेंट भी यूज हो आजकल तार अच्छी गोटे फ्रेमवर्क कॉल्ड जेंगो हला. नेक्स्ट 14, व्हाट इज ए म्यूटेबल ऑब्जेक्ट. म्यूटेबल मीन्स which can be converted into another data type. A variable or data value that can be converted into another data type. So a mutable object can be modified after creation of it, right? And for example list, okay, mutable object means data type. Just because good data type taku bhi hame as a object nahi pare, just because Python treats each and every entity or tokens as an object. Next 15, write the syntax of an if else statement. If else statement, how to write it? You have to first mention the keyword if, then the condition either less than, greater than or not equal to or equal to, all of your relational operators. Then put the colon, then after the indentation part write a statement. Next else indentation must be with parallel to the if keyword, right? Next colon, then next statement. That's all. What is a module in Python? It is a file that is containing Python functions and classes that can be reused, right? Next 17, what is the use of the break statement? You better know the break statement terminates the loop immediately as soon as the keyword is used, right? The break statement, repeating once again, the break statement terminates the loop immediately as soon as it is written after a quote statement. Next 18 number, define exceptional handling. Because number 18, that is define exception handling, right? Exception handling, it is generally a mechanism to handle runtime errors. You know runtime errors, which means the error occurs during the runtime of a program. Okay. So exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors using try, comma, except blocks. Try got a keyword or except got a keyword, right? Both keywords are used, try and except blocks. Next 19, what is a lambda function? You know it is a type of function that has no name, right? Or anonymous. You can say anonymous function. So you can define it as a lambda function is an anonymous function written in a single line. Okay, it no needs any second line that is to be executed, right? So a lambda function is anonymous function written in only a single line. Okay, so let us discuss question number 20 part C, which is 5 multiplied by 8 questions, that is 40 marks, right? So first of all the question is explain the features of Python. So let us start. First feature is it is simple and easy to learn, right? And the next feature is it is an interpreted language, right? It is an interpreted language. Next, you know, Python is also object oriented. Next, it is also a portable language. And fifth one is, it is open source. Okay, that's all. These are the 5 features of Python. And you can also mention that it is used in case of data science and many data visualization applications, right? Let us discuss the question number 22, which is explain operators in Python with the help of examples. Okay, let us start. Okay, operators. First operator is your arithmetic operators, right? Which consists of what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, floor division, comma, floor multiplication. Double asterisk denotes floor multiplication, and this is double slash is floor division. Generally in Python, our division returns decimal values. That's why to round off it into the next whole number, we need to write the floor division. Similarly, in case of multiplication, in case of floor multiplication, right? So let us discuss our two, arithmetic and relational operator. We have here double equals to, which means the relational, not equals to, less than equals to, greater than equals to, less than, and greater than. So these are the, how many? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are 6 relational operators, right? Now logical operators. Logical consists of and, or, and, not, right? So simply Python uses the keywords as and, or, and, not. In case of fourth operator, that is our bitwise operator, and it consists of bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise or, tilde symbol also there, and your cout operator in case of C++ language, or left shift operator. Next, right shift operator, which is also bitwise operator. Okay, so in case of fifth operator is there, that is called our assignment operator. In case of Python, we have equals to, plus or equals to, minus or equals to, multiply equals to, divide equals to, etc. Right? Divide equals to. So in case of sixth number of operators, that is membership operator. It is a new type of operator in Python, right? So in case of membership operator, we have two types of operator, in and not in. Okay, so in case of seventh operator, that is our identity operator. Here is and not is. These are the two keywords used in case of identity operator, and in case of membership operator, in and not in, right? Let us discuss the question number 22, which is explain operators in Python with the help of examples. Okay, let us start. Okay, operators. first operator is your arithmetic operators, right, which consist of what? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, floor division, comma, floor multiplication. Double asterisk denotes floor multiplication, and this is double slash is floor division. In generally in Python, our division returns decimal values. That's why to round off it into the next whole number, we need to write the floor division. Similarly, in case of multiplication, in case of floor multiplication, right? So let us discuss our two, arithmetic and relational operator. We have here double equals to, which means the relational, not equals to, less than equals to, greater than equals to, less than, and greater than. So these are the, how many? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are 6 relational operators, right? Now logical operators. Logical consists of and, or, and, not, right? So simply Python uses the keywords as and, or, and, not. In case of fourth operator, that is our bitwise operator, and it consists of bitwise and, bitwise or, bitwise or, tilde symbol also there, and your cout operator in case of C++ language, or left shift operator. Next, right shift operator, which is also bitwise operator. Okay, so in case of fifth operator is there, that is called our assignment operator. In case of Python, we have equals to, plus or equals to, minus or equals to, multiply equals to, divide equals to, etc. Right? Divide equals to. So in case of sixth number of operators, that is membership operator. It is a new type of operator in Python, right? So in case of membership operator, we have two types of operator, in and not in. Okay, so in case of seventh operator, that is our identity operator. Here is and not is. These are the two keywords used in case of identity operator, and in case of membership operator, in and not in, right? That's next. Discuss string operators in Python, right? Let us take a pi. Okay, let us try here. Let us first discuss our concatenation operator. Means concatenation means what? In Java you have also studied that it needs this operator is used to add two strings, right? So it uses basically the addition operator as concatenation operator. Okay, so let us see here. here I am writing, sorry, here I am writing print, suppose pi is a one string, and by the help of concatenation operator or plus symbol I can concatenate this pi and thorn. These are the two strings and I need to concatenate both of these. So let us check. Okay, here you can see in case of output the pi string and thorn string has been concatenated into a single string, right? So similarly, let us see another concept called repetition operator in case of Python, which comes inside string, right? String functions, right? So see here I am repeating the values. Suppose you are writing hi here and you need to print it 3 times. So simply write the string as hi within double quotes by using print function, and use the asterisk symbol once, and next to it write how many times you want to print it, right? Suppose you need to print it 3 times. Okay, so let us check here. Okay, here see hi is printed 3 times. You can also print it many times. Suppose somebody, your friend, told you to print hi 10 times, right? Simply write 10 next to the asterisk operator, right? So once again I am executing. Let us see here, right? First Python string has been printed. Both the string pi and thorn has been concatenated into a single string, right? Next Python, in case of repetition operator, hi, it has been printed 3 times. And as earlier we have discussed that your friend told you to print hi 10 times, and finally our 10 times hi has been printed, right? So next what we need to do, there is also a operator called membership operator in case of string operators, right? So in case of membership operator, it is used to check generally whether a particular character is inside a string or not, right? Suppose before here we have written what, suppose you are writing a string called your name. Okay, so you can mention your name inside the double quotes. Okay, suppose your my name is the string only, right? So here I need to check whether a is present inside the string name or not, right? So I need to write within double quotes a in name. So here I need to check whether the character a is present inside the name string or not. So it will evaluate as per, okay, it will evaluate. So I am commenting these values. Okay, let us see, run and check. Yes, true, it returns true, right? The membership operator returns true or false values. Okay, so here I have written print a whether present inside the name string or not. So it checked, yes, a is present inside the name string, so it returned true as a output, right? Okay, let us start with functions in Python, right? You know, in case of Python we are writing function by the keyword def, right? And next to it you can write your function name. Suppose here I am writing function, def grit. Okay, and inside it your name, and we have to simply put colon here, right? And ended after the indentation we can write here print hello, and inside it comma your name. Next, here the function grit has been totally defined, and the statement print is next to it, right? and simply we have to call it the function, right, by the help of function call. So simply write here greet, and inside it pass the parameter, and inside your name you can greet your name, right? Suppose your name, okay. So after you are passing greet and inside your parenthesis your name, it will be printed as hello name, right? Okay, so let us quickly check here. Let us check here. So let me clear the screen. See, hello your name. Here I have been assigned greet your name as your name only. That's why it has been printed as hello your name. So here if I will pass the name as ABC, so it will be printed as hello ABC, right? See here, next to it has been printed as hello ABC. Okay, next see explain list and tuples with suitable examples, right? We better know list is a type of what? Order and mutable order collection of elements, and it can store heterogeneous data types. One is homogeneous data type and another is heterogeneous data types. Heterogeneous means it consists of more than one type of data type, right? It can consist integer values, string values, float values, right? And it the list are written inside the square brackets. So let us see. Let me comment this all, or simply make a new file. Let us list.py. Okay, let me clear the screen also. Okay, so let us take a list named as my list 1 equals to, let it be a empty list, right? You can also call it as array, right? Next, another variable I am taking my list 2 equals to, here I am going to put some values inside it, suppose 10, 20 and 30. And let us take another variable, that is my list 3 equals to, take here take heterogeneous data type. What does it mean? You can also take string numbers, or simply integers, or decimal values, also boolean values, right? So simply take 1, then I can take here a string called hello, and another value, decimal values, that is 3.14. let it be a decimal value as pi, right? Next, a boolean value, that is true. It is showing in the suggestion box as true. True is a boolean value in Python, right? Or it is a, you can say it is a keyword in Python which is used to evaluate boolean expressions, right? Next, let me take another data type, my list my list 4 equals to, let it be a nested list, right? You know, nested means within it, right? So nested list means list within a list, that is called nested list. So let us declare a list called take 1 comma, and within this I am going to take another list. Inside this list 2 and 3, let it be 1 is the whole my list 4, and inside the my list 4, there is a nested list which consists of elements 2 and 3, right? And next to it I am going to put 4 in the my list 4. Okay, so you can call the my list 4 as a whole as a nested list. That means list inside list. Okay, so let us see some operations on it. Suppose I need to print my list 1. So it will print what? It will print none, just because in case of my list 1 we have not declared any type of data values. Okay, so it will print none or null. So let me clear it. And if you will print my list 2, it will print 10, 20 and 30. Okay, so let us see. It is printed 10, 20 and 30. So similarly, if we will print my list 3, it will print 1, hello, 3.14 and true, right? Similarly, if you will print my list 4, it will print the nested list, right? That is 1, and within that another list has been appeared, that is 2 and 3 as a whole nested list, and next to it 4 has been shown in the output, right? Okay, after the list, let us see tuples, right? So similarly, let us see, let me take these values. Okay, so here in case of tuple we need to enclose it within parenthesis. Okay, within parenthesis, no any square brackets are allowed here, right? We only need to mention the round braces or parenthesis. So here instead of in my list, wait, my tuple 1, take it as my tuple 2, take it as my tuple 3, take it as my tuple 4, and we need to print, let it be my tuple 1, and the tuple has been returned empty parenthesis, right? Let us print it once again. It is printed empty tuple. So similarly we can also print my tuple 2, 3 and 4 as well, right? 2, 3 and 4. So you can see in case of my tuple 1, it is printed not any values or empty tuple. So in case of my tuple 2, it is returned the values that is been assigned to the my tuple 2, right? 10, 20 and 30. So similarly in case of my tuple 3, it is returned 1, which is the integer value, right? And next the hello, which is printed as string, and 3.14 as a decimal value, and true as a what? True as a boolean value. Next my tuple 4, it has printed 1, 2 and 3 are nested inside the tuple. It is called also 2 and 3 are nested inside the tuple called my tuple 4. So 2 and 3 is called our nested tuple, and next to it 4 is been printed, right? So this is all about tuple and list data type. Okay, let us see some list operators, right? List operations .py. Okay, so let me clear the screen. Suppose I am declaring a list called my list list equals to, suppose I need to take 3 or 4 string values. Suppose the first value is, let it be apple, and next to it let it be mango, and next to it let it be cherry, and next value, sorry, wait, next let it be banana, right? So suppose I need to print apple, right? So I need to print my list, and inside the square brackets I need to mention its index. So what is the index of apple value? As we know, in array also our base index starts from 0, right? So apple is present inside the base index 0. So you need in order to print apple and as the output, we need to mention its index as 0. So print my list 0, right? So let us see the output here. Okay, so apple has been printed in the final output. So similarly, if we will print mango, cherry and banana as well, we need to mention their index numbers, right? So my list 0 will print apple, my list 1 will be print mango, my list 2 will print cherry, and my list 3 will print banana, right? So let us print all of this as a whole. See here, in case of output, our apple, mango, cherry and banana, all these 4 type of strings has been printed corresponding to their base indexes, right? Here some other cases can also be included, right? Let me clear the screen. If you'll ask whether I need to print banana only, okay, so I need to mention only print my list 3, okay, so it will print banana, or I can print my list -1, right? -1 will also print banana, just because while going from right to left, our index starts from negative. -1 is -1 will print banana, -2 will print cherry, -3 will print mango, and -4 will print apple. Let us see one by one. Let me print it. Okay, banana, it has been printed as banana. Suppose my list -2, similarly my list -3, and my list -4, right? Let us see. Okay, so here in case of print my list -1, banana has been printed in the first row, right? So in case of second row, my list -2, cherry has been printed, right? So similarly in case of my list -3, mango has been printed, and in case of my list -4, apple has been printed, right? Okay, so there is also a concept called slicing in case of list, right? So let us discuss about the slicing concept. So let us see here. Suppose I need to print apple and mango only, right? So I have to put the index as starting from base index, starting from base index, that is 0, colon, we know Python excludes its after colon element, right? So we need to mention if our 0 prints apple and 1 prints mango, so in order to print our apple and mango, we need to mention here 1, no, we need to print 0 colon 2. We know 2 is the index of cherry, but cherry will not be printed, just because the in case of slicing in Python, after the colon element, that will be eliminated from the list, right? So here the output will be apple and mango. Okay, so the 2 indexed value, that is cherry, will be eliminated, so our first value and second value will only be printed, right? So apple and mango will be the final output, right? See here, the only apple and mango has been printed. So similarly try some next slicing techniques. Let me clear the screen. Suppose I need to print apple up to cherry, right? So in order to print apple up to cherry, I need to mention apple's base index is 0, mangoes is 1, cherries is 2, and bananas is 3. But 3 will be eliminated, so banana will not be printed. Only values from beginning from apple, mango and cherry, all these 3 will be printed, but banana will not be printed, just because in case of 3 it will print only up to 0 to 2 indexed values, right? So it will print apple, mango and cherry, only 3 values will be printed. See here, in case of output, only apple, mango and cherry has been printed. So next, let us see. Suppose you need to print only. Suppose you do not want to include the base index, right, or the beginning index. So it will also print same value. Okay, it will also print apple, mango and up to cherry, right? See here. Okay. So suppose you want to print mango up to banana. So what you need to do, you need to mention here 1, which is the starting index, that is mango, and you have to eliminate. You do not want to you need not to mention the index of the banana, right? So by this, mango, cherry and banana, all these 3 will be printed. See here, mango, cherry and banana is printed, right? You can also mention here 4, right? It will also evaluate the same expression and it will be printed the same values. See here, mango, cherry and banana, all these 3 values has been printed just as above, right? Okay, so we have discussed the slicing technique in list, right? So let us see some other things. Suppose you need to replace apple with another value, right? Suppose my list index value 0, I need to replace apple with t, right? T. So whenever I want to print the my list, you will see the apple should be replaced with t, right? So let us run my output. See here, the instead of apple, t has been mentioned here, right? In the output, instead of apple, t has been shown in the output, and next to it, mango, cherry and banana, those are as it is, right? So there are some other inbuilt data types are also there in case of list data type. So let us see one by one. Suppose I need to add another fruit or some other names inside the my list. So I need to simply mention my list dot append. So append is a function which is used to add a new value inside the existing list data type, right? So I need to suppose I need to write a vegetable name, suppose carrot, right? So here I have added carrot inside the my list variable. Okay, so whenever I will print the my list variable, it will print apple, mango, cherry, banana as well as carrot in the output, right? So let us run it. See here, after the apple, mango, cherry and banana, carrot has also been added in the output, right? Okay, so let us see another function, right? There is also a function called extend, which is also used to input the values inside a list. It is generally used to add multiple values or multiple elements inside a list, right, by the help of extend function. So let us see here. Suppose I need to put 2 values or 3 values. Okay, so next to it, within the parenthesis, I need to mention the square braces and inside it I can mention suppose carrot. Next butterscotch and suppose cake, right? So all the three values, that is carrot, butterscotch and cake, will be added to the next to the banana, right? So let us print my list and let me run it. See here, apple, mango, cherry, banana, carrot, butterscotch and cake, all the three, that is all the three values starting from carrot, butterscotch and cake, all this has been added into the existing mylist variable, right? So extend function is used to insert multiple values at the end of a list. Okay. So let us see another function, right? There is also a function called extend, which is also used to input the values inside a list. It is generally used to add multiple values or multiple elements inside a list, right, by the help of extend function. So let us see here. Suppose I need to put two values or three values. Okay. So next to it, within the parenthesis, I need to mention the square braces, and inside it I can mention suppose carrot. Next butterscotch and suppose cake, right? So all the three values, that is carrot, butterscotch and cake, will be added to the next to the banana, right? So let us print my list and let me run it. See here, apple, mango, cherry, banana, carrot, butterscotch and cake, all the three, that is all the three values starting from carrot, butterscotch and cake, all this has been added into the existing mylist variable, right? So extend function is used to insert multiple values at the end of a list. Okay. There is some other cases also. Suppose you need to delete an element from a specific index, so we need to use the pop operation, right? So simply mention the pop function, and if you want to delete some values at from specific index, so suppose I need to delete cherry. So identify cherry is in 2 value, right? In 2 index cherry is there. So let me print my list. So let us see here, check. See, apple, mango and banana has been printed, but cherry has not been printed, just because cherry has been popped out by its index number 2, right? Let me clear the screen. So let us discuss another function that is also most popular. There is also a clear function, right, which clears the whole declared list. Just simply write mylist.clear function and it will clear the whole list items, right? Let me print it. Let me print my list, and it will show a null list, right, or a list with no any values, just because we have cleared all the values that were declared inside the mylist variable. So apple, mango, cherry and whatever inside the variable that is been declared, we have all cleared or deleted all the items from it, right? So it returned null value or empty list. There is some other cases also. Suppose you need to delete an element from a specific index, so we need to use the pop operation, right? So simply mention the pop function, and if you want to delete some values at from specific index, so suppose I need to delete cherry, so identify cherry is in 2 value, right? In 2 index cherry is there, so let me print my list. So let us see here, check. See, apple, mango and banana has been printed, but cherry has not been printed just because cherry has been popped out by its index number 2, right? Let me clear the screen. So let us discuss another function that is also most popular. There is also a clear function, right, which clears the whole declared list. Simply write mylist.clear function and it will clear the whole list items, right? Let me print it. Let me print my list, and it will show a null list, right, or a list with no any values, just because we have cleared all the values that were declared inside the mylist variable. So apple, mango, cherry and whatever inside the variable that is been declared, we have all cleared or deleted all the items from it, right? So it returned null value or empty list. There is some other cases also. Suppose you need to delete an element from a specific index, so we need to use the pop operation, right? So simply mention the pop function, and if you want to delete some values at from specific index, so suppose I need to delete cherry, so identify cherry is in 2 value, right? In 2 index cherry is there, so let me print my list. So let us see here, check. See, apple, mango and banana has been printed, but cherry has not been printed just because cherry has been popped out by its index number 2, right? Let me clear the screen. So let us discuss another function that is also most popular. There is also a clear function, right, which clears the whole declared list. Simply write mylist.clear function and it will clear the whole list items, right? Let me print it. Let me print my list, and it will show a null list, right, or a list with no any values, just because we have cleared all the values that were declared inside the mylist variable. So apple, mango, cherry and whatever inside the variable that is been declared, we have all cleared or deleted all the items from it, right? So it returned null value or empty list. Okay, so let us see some other inbuilt functions. Let me take okay, so let me take a list which holds some numbers, right? Suppose 5 1 8 3, let it be. Suppose I need to print how many elements are inside the particular list. Let me print length of, so len is a function, right? Length of nums, let it be, right? So it returns what? Length of the variable, right? so it has been printed 4. So the length of nums variable is 4. So similarly we can write some other functions like print max out of the nums variable, right? Nums. So it will print what? 8. That is 8 is the maximum value out of the nums variable. Next, let us print minimum value out of the nums variable. So it will print minimum value. See here, in case of last, length of the nums is 4, right? And maximum of the numbers is 8, and minimum value out of the nums is 1. And next, print sum of all the elements, sum of nums. Let us run it. Okay, so see one by one. Our length is 4, maximum value is 8, minimum value is 1, and the sum of the numbers inside the list is 17, right? Okay, so there are some other types of methods are also there in case of list, right? Let me write nums. 2, 3. Okay, so simply there is a function called count, okay, which counts the number of a specific element that is present inside a list, right? Suppose here I need to count how many 2's are there, so it will print, so it will print the number of 2. Let us see the output. Let me clear the screen first. Okay, so it has returned 2 just because 2 has been there in nums variable twice, right? Okay, so let us see another thing, that is print. Let me print the index of value 3, right? So simply print nums dot index of 3, so it will print the index of 3 as 2, right? The index of value 3 is 2. See here, 1 is present inside the 0th index, 2 is inside first index, 3 is present inside second index, and 2 is present inside third index. Okay, so let me comment out it. Next, suppose I need to sort all these elements in ascending order, right? So I need to simply write nums dot sort method in order to sort all these numbers. Next, I'll print nums. See here, all the elements has been sorted in the ascending order, right, by the help of nums.sort operation, or you can simply say the sort method. So there is also a function called nums.reverse. It reverses the elements that are declared inside the nums variable, right? So it will print what? 2, 3, 2 and 1, the same order that has been declared inside the declaration, right? So the output will be 2, 3, 2 and 1. Let us see here. So in the output string it has been declared, it has been shown as 2, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, not 3, 2, 2, 1. It will print just the reverse order as of the declared value, right? So it will be printed as 2, 3, 2 and 1. Okay, so let us see another function, that or method you can say, let it be n. Okay, so suppose n holds all the values of nums variable, so I need to simply write n equals to copy, or n equals to nums dot copy, right? So all the values that has been declared inside the nums nums variable, that will be copied inside the n variable, right? So as soon as you will print n, it will print the values 1, 2, 3 and 2, right? See here, the value n prints, the variable n prints 1, 2, 3 and 2, same as the nums values. There is also a function called range function. Okay, let us discuss about that. Let me take a variable called square, which is a list variable, equals to let us take exponential term up to 2 for x in range of 5, right? So what it will do, it will print, so it will print the values of, or the squares of values from 0 to 4. It will eliminate 5, right? So it will print squares up to 4th range, right? It will find out square of 0, square of 1, square of 2, square of 3 and square of 4, right? So let us see. See here, 0, 1, 4, 9 and 16 has been printed, but 25 is missing, just because the range function eliminates the 5, right? It is valued up to 4, just as similar as our slicing technique, right, in case of Python. Let us see. Suppose you need to find out even numbers in a certain range. So let me take even as a list variable, and x for x in range of, suppose in range of 20. Okay, in range of 20 I need to find out only the even numbers. 20 if x modulo 2 equals to 0. What does it mean, equal to 0? That means only those values will be printed from 0 up to 19. Only those values which will be divisible, completely divisible by 2 will be printed, right? So simply write print even, and it will print all the values beginning from 0 up to 19, right, within a certain range. That is, range is our 20, so it will evaluate up to 19. So just because 19 is not a even number, so it will print the values from 0 up to 18, right? See here, the values 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18 has been printed, but 20 has been eliminated from the list, right? Let us see tuple data type, right? As you know, tuple is an ordered and immutable collection data elements, right? Immutable means what? Its data type cannot be changed from one to another, right? So it can also hold the heterogeneous data type, that means data of different data types, just like list, right? And tuples are written inside parentheses. Let me write tuple 1 as my first tuple, and the values within it, let it be a simple blank tuple, right? So I can simply print it as print tuple 1. Okay, so as soon as I press the run button, it has printed the empty, right, empty tuple. So we are not going to discuss all the previously held operations, just because tuple operates same as list, but there are only some changes that we need to discuss right now, right? So let me take a tuple 1 equals to suppose 10, 20, 30 and 40. As you know, tuple cannot be immutable, tuple is immutable, so its elements cannot be changed from one value to other value. So let us see that error, right? Suppose I need to place tuple, suppose I need to replace 30 with 50, right? So I need to mention the index tuple 2, that means 30's value into 50, and let me print tuple 1, right? So see here, it generates an error that in line 2, right? In line 2 type error is there, right? Type error means the data type error, that means tuple cannot be changed, right? That means once declared, it cannot, its elements cannot be changed. That means one element cannot be replaced with another one or into another data type, right? So it is the basic difference between list and tuple. Whereas list can be mutable, or its elements can be changed from one to another, or its elements data type can be modified into other data type. But in case of tuple, it cannot be changed into another data type, or a single element also cannot be changed into another relevant value, right? Okay, so let us not discuss all the file handling in Python and exception handling. I will send all these notes with the answer keys to my YouTube description, right? Okay, thank you all of you.